There's a waiting list again for flats above 12 crore rupees if you are wanting to buy one in Gurgaon. And there is a waiting list for almost anything which is, uber luxurious. And yet we talk about the Indian middle class being hollowed out because of higher taxes, maybe higher savings as well. A lot of money is going into SIPs. Which side of the argument are you as far as this debate is concerned?
Okay, first, I was an investor for a long time, but I've practiced economics more than I have practiced over the long run. But I want to come to this inequality, which I think is a very pointed question, which we need to dwell upon a bit more than what we have. Look, one way, and I completely agree that we have given second or downgraded growth in our pursuit of redistribution. I believe we have economic reforms without growth, but maybe with redistribution. So let me make it very explicit. I think time has come for us that, and I'll base it on a couple of data points. No matter how you look at it, no matter what inventive forms you bring up, that consumption inequality in India is about the lowest in the world. Is that a good thing? That's what we don't ask. So first, the critics, etc., keep on going, no, inequality is actually much higher, this, that, and we should have more redistribution. And I think, we've had enough of redistribution. No matter what statistic you look at, we've done tremendously well. The question now is, can we do tremendously well in growth? And that is where I have a lot of, not doubts, I've always remained optimistic, and I remain optimistic, but I do think that it'll be nice to have reforms that actually address growth problems rather than redistribution problems.
Can I ask you a follow-up on that? When you talk about reforms on, to address the growth problem, what are the top 10 reforms or top 5 reforms you think are needed?
Look, forever, there are, let's date everything since 1991. That was the first serious, matter of fact, forget serious, it was the first time we did any reforms, and they were major. Now, one area that was completely left off from the reform framework at all, and actually after that we've done worse, is agriculture. I'm somewhat surprised to see that, and I missed the previous session, we came in late, but might have been discussed there, that we have completely ignored reforms in agriculture. On that, I'd like to point out the first serious attempt for reforming agriculture was made by Prime Minister Modi when we drafted, or he drafted, or the government drafted the farm reforms. And it fell flat. Why? Because of possibly farmers in Punjab and Haryana who are holding the entire country hostage and being allowed to do so. After the reforms fell or was not passed, the Supreme Court did a survey to find out actually what was the view of the farmers. So very democratic. Let us see how many farmers supported the farm laws, and they found the percentage was as high as 87%. Now, 87% of the farmers are supporting the farm laws, and here we have Rihanna and Greta Thunberg arguing on behalf of certain political parties. No, 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 you can't have reform. So this is, this is where we've been caught up. So first and foremost, agricultural reforms. And second is, every economist, even born-again economists have pointed out to the fact of the very high tariffs that we have in India for manufacturing. Now remember, one point I want to really emphasize, nobody ever complained about India's potential and realization of potential in software or in pharmaceuticals. Why? So we have to really think, and software is a large industry. No government involvement in either of those two sectors. Where is the maximum government involvement? In manufacturing. So forget about, public infrastructure, etc. There you can't get a foreign, you can get a foreign company to help build. But basically, manufacturing is pathetic where we are at, and every economist forever has pointed out the problems with our manufacturing sector, and we're still on the same road.